This is pain radiating to the jaw, down, usually the left arm, but it could be, to the back or even to the right arm. And it's usually pain that doesn't change on position or necessarily movement. It might get worse on exertion, but it's not going to change whether I'm sitting up or laying down. Now that we have those things, those are the big life threats that a bystander can intervene with. And to be clear, with a stroke or a heart attack, this is activating emergency services right away. This is not putting them in your car necessarily and driving, because one, you don't know what the hospital's capability is you're going to. You might get in the car, drive them to the local ER, only to find out that they're not capable of intervening on a stroke, or they're not capable of doing PCI for the heart. So calling emergency services and being able to get them to the appropriate facility in a short amount of time is huge.
I love that. I mean, that alone should probably save a lot of lives. Like how to use your T-shirt, how to, because it's like the things you if somebody gets hit by a car, like while they're on a bike and they're bleeding from the leg, or somebody puts their hand through glass by accident, and it's like how to like your videos are fantastic, and that's what I love promoting your channel, because to a lot of people to say, "Oh, but I haven't got money to go on these courses," and you're like, "Well, there's a lot of free, amazing YouTube videos about how to do it." And I love your style; like you've got such a fantastic voice and mannerism, and like detailed videos. And it's like, why not to do this, and how that's going to hurt, and why that works, and how to what happens if this and that happens. And there's so many amazing things. And it's like his channel's filled with life saving stuff. Never mind all the additional like badass stuff he does as well, but you do have a like when you're looking at your everyday carry, you have this like ankle kit, you have like gauzes and all this kind of stuff you carry, and you do a lot of great product reviews. But when you're doing like your tactical stuff, you got the body armor on, the armor plates, you're carrying your weapons, you're carrying like your 50 different kits, your like controls, injections for people who are maybe like on drugs and stuff like that. How do you build your own personal combat chassis? I think I got that from Nick the Machine about, how do you build yourself up to go hiking and, support these people, deal with people at like basketball games, or deal with like situations where you're going over rough terrain and stuff. Like how should we be fit for life in a way? Is it like hiking, walking, running, cycling? What would you want us to do?
It really depends on what you're doing. And I'm not perfect on this. Like, I've got some body fat that I probably do not need, and there's definitely room to grow in my own fitness in that case. But if you're going to be doing any of these things, everything is made easier the fitter you are in any of these emergency situations. So number one, doing an amount of cardio, something that gives you good cardiovascular health, because number one, that's going to help keep your heart rate a little bit lower on some of these scenes. A lower heart rate makes us think better. I don't know the science behind that. I don't know what it is, but if your heart rate is raised up, you're in this perpetual state of stress. It's only going to be made worse by these situations. So having that cardiovascular health is huge in EMS and in my realm. As far as like keeping fit and keeping prepared to do these jobs, I have found a lot of utility in really focused fitness within this realm. I was using a guy, he runs Benton Lewis, I believe is his name, and he runs the Tactical Human, and he basically is a EMS oriented personal trainer that does things online, that makes plans for EMS providers, for military members, police. And a lot of those workouts are really real world things, like go for a hike, go hike up the mountain.